Hi everybody and welcome to Bishounen no Yobidashi. Today we will be talking about the game where you can ship characters and actually make them marry and have kids, Fire Emblem. So, yes. We're really excited about this. And we have Pat, or Animelting, with us. Yay!
Hi, I'm Pat.
Pat had to be here because he was the one who introduced me to this game by force.
I don't think it was force. I left the game with you. You went, I'm never going to play that.
You gave it to me and you were like, you're going to want to play this. I'm going to leave this here for you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play Xenoblade first, so whatever. And then I played Fire Emblem.
And then it was never the same?
No, games aren't the same anymore because they aren't as good.
Because she can't marry the best characters.
No, that's true. That's very
Crom.
true.
Just Crom.
Can't marry Crom in the other games that I'm playing.
No, it's true. I think a lot of people got to know about Fire Emblem because of Awakening, because that came out. It was the same for me, actually.
I played Fire Emblem 7 before, which is the first one that got released outside of Japan, I think. But I played a little bit of the ones that came out on Game Boy Advance, which I re-downloaded for the Wii U as well.
Yeah, I saw you could do that.
They're good, but they aren't as good as Awakening. I'd be interested in playing one of the really, really old Fire Emblems because it had the marriage and children system in it as well. So,
yeah, I saw that.
I don't know.
I'm gonna lend you that other one that I have, Ebbie.
Shadow Dragon. I'm so excited.
Play it.
I wanna know.
Could finally get. Is that the one that Marth?
But yeah,
Roy? One of them.
I'm not even too sure because I bought it at a convention because I saw it for a cheap €10, and now I see it's 150 or something on Amazon.
You would not see that for €10 nowadays.
I know. I was like, oh, okay, this is mine. never played it.
To add an extra 0.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I'm glad I have it. I just want to play all of Awakening first and then start the other one. Because I still haven't finished it. I just want to finish that one first. I'm at chapter 20 now. So...
You're only 5 chapters off the end, I think.
I know. Yeah, I think so. But chapter 19 I got stuck in because of my characters, I guess. I don't know. But I got really pissed off. And every time I lost, I was like, no, I'm not going to play anymore.
Should we talk about our progress in the games? Because I know Thalia's on her first playthrough.
Yeah.
Ebbie, you are on your,
third.
18th, 19th?
I'm on my third playthrough, but one of them was sort of a half playthrough because I accidentally married off everyone who could marry Sumiya without getting Sumiya married herself, so I couldn't 100% the game. Which was a mistake because she has no support options, which is really annoying. But the current playthrough that I'm doing is a 100% playthrough, which is going to be maxing every character and getting A rank support between all characters that have them. So I'm currently on hour 79, so...
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me. You can sink a surprising amount of time into this game without even realising it.
Yeah,
it's just so easy to go one more battle.
It wrecked my sleeping pattern because I was like, oh, you know what? Just before I go to bed, I'm going to sit in bed and I'm going to just play Fire Emblem for half an hour. And 5 hours passed, and it was 5 in the morning, and it's never been the same since. So,
oh, God.
Thanks, Fire Emblem.
I was trying to get to bed last night, and I was like, no, I'll just fight one battle. 3 battles later, I was like, I'm just going to marry Gaius again.
Oh, great.
So that happened. I'm on my 3rd playthrough. I haven't had the game for a very long time because, as you might have heard before, I left my copy in England. And eventually that became a birthday present for Ebbie.
Because you're the best. It's my best birthday present that I've ever had in my life.
But I picked up a new copy recently, and I've been playing the heck out of it. I'm only on chapter 10.
You wouldn't be playing it right now if Fates had come out when it was supposed to.
Yeah, true. I don't know, if Fates turns out to be rubbish, which I hope it doesn't, I'd probably go back to the game and play it again and go, I don't know when these games were good. Based on the history of one game I've played.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably the characters.
But I should mention that I've done 2 playthroughs as a girl and 1 playthrough as a boy.
Who did you marry when you were a guy?
when I was a guy, I married Thalia.
Of
Okay,
course.
yeah, fair.
That made sense. She was all cool, and I was like, you know what? I'm a magician. She's a magician. We should both make magician babies. And then we had Morgan, and it was great. And Noir to a lesser extent, but
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I've only
But
ever played as a
two-
girl, to be honest.
It's worthwhile. There's like different things said in the different genre.
I am
Gender.
curious about the support conversations between male Avatar and Crom, for example. Because
They're
like
fairly
the whole thing with their like support conversations when you're a female is that like he walks in on you when you're in the bath.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry," and then
I'm pretty certain
you
that
walk
happens
in
the
on
male
him.
playthrough as well.
Oh really? Because I thought that would be
Yeah.
less of a big deal. Because then
Something.
it ends all like weirdly sexual, like oh, well, guess we've not got anything to hide anymore, and then you get married the next conversation. So
Yeah, that was random, but I liked it.
it was funny
Yeah.
because you're just like, can you wait outside, please? And he's like, sorry, what? I can't see with all this steam in here. I'm like, Crom, you're dumb. I love you, so it's fine.
All this mist is making me death. Can't.
Can't quite hear you over all this
Come in.
steam.
Walk towards the shape. Okay.
I think it's safe to say that me and Ebbie only have married Crom in the game.
Yep, I've tried to marry other people in other playthroughs, but I just can't let Crom go. I can't do it.
Who would be, like, second choice?
My second choice. Oh. That's a hard question. It would be between three. I don't think I could pick between the
Oh, okay.
three. It'd either be Stahl, Lonq, or Gaius.
Wow.
Yay!
I definitely
See-
have Stall and Lonq as well. But since I know
You wouldn't
that...
know a thing about Gaius, would you, Thalia?
No, I don't.
You just killed him like all the others.
I guess. Not only him, I killed other ones too that were supposed to be support characters.
Oh, who else did you kill?
I don't have Libra either.
The same thing happened to Kinross, and I'm like, oh, you missed a really good hero.
You've ruined the game.
And I don't have Tarja either. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, I know.
Her death would have been something like, yeah, I was expecting this. Something like
I
that.
think
yeah.
I had the benefit of knowing a little bit about how that mechanic worked from the older Fire Emblem games, because they had that where they'd be like, here's a different looking character that's on the field. Maybe you should talk to them.
Yeah, I didn't know about that, although I did save Donal for some reason, which is... Just, I don't
Donal
like that character. Yeah.
The only thing you had to do for him was level him up and he'd come with you.
And not kill him.
Yeah, I think
Because
you
if
had
you'd, leveled him
to
up and killed him,
save
it was-
Rickon, did you? Or I'm not too sure. Where
No,
did
no,
we-
he just had to fight.
Oh, okay.
And if he leveled up in the fight, then he came with you.
I
He's like,
genuinely
I
don't
could go
remember
somewhere.
anything
And then he
about
sits in your
Donal.
party and never gets used again.
See, that's probably why I didn't know about it, because for the other ones, you actually had to go talk to them.
Yeah.
And I only got to know that with the I don't know which one was the first one that you could, like, save.
Who would it have been?
Oh, it would have been,
Gaius?
It would have
Probably
been,
would have been Gaius, yeah.
No, it would have been, well, it's a support conversation. It's not one you could kill, but it's a big... Kellum. Kellum is the
Oh.
first one you can talk to.
Oh, yeah, but...
Because that's how they introduce it. He's like all lonely and quiet, and
Right.
only if Crom goes up and talks to him does he join you.
Right, okay.
But then they introduce it for enemies later on, like Gaius, and some just enter in and are on your team straight away, like Pan.
Yeah.
Oh, do you call her Pan?
Do you call it Pane?
I call her Pane, yeah.
I call it Pan.
And I
Yeah,
call
I
her
don't know.
son Yane, so...
I'm actually looking... Can we go down the list and just see how our pronunciations differ? Because,
I
like,
think
you've
that
got
one
a
says
different one
Chrome?
for...
Is that one Chrome?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, there are so many Google Chrome jokes on, like, Google Images.
Every time I go to Google Chrome, it comes up with, did you mean Chrome? And I'm like, no.
Yeah. So you say Stahl and I say Stahl. Do you say
Stahl.
Virion?
Virion, yeah.
Virion, yeah.
Okay. Vike.
Vake.
I say Vicky.
We got 3
I'm
different
pretty
ones
sure
on
it's
that one.
Vake because he says his name in the game. And he
Yeah.
goes, enter the Vake! And I'm like, I love you.
I think I just have
He
in
is-
mind that you speak them out as in Japanese, although it's not like the Japanese names.
Shout outs to Harry Potter and Hermione.
Who else?
Miriel.
Muriel.
Muriel, yeah.
Lonku.
I'm trying my best to say Lonku because I know that's his name, but I can't help but call him Lonk because it just makes me laugh.
I used to call him Lonqua.
Lonqua.
It just sounded silly to me.
Oh, he's so French.
Well, to be fair, his name does have an apostrophe in it, so I
Yeah.
don't know how I'm supposed to go about pronouncing that.
Well, there's
But it's-
another
it is
character with an
Lonku, right?
apostrophe. I think it's Lonku, but
Lonku.
Yeah.
once again, it's a case of I've only ever looked at that and said, it's Lonku. That'll do. In Japanese, his name is Ronkyu.
Yeah, his name's like Ronku or something. How do you say Gregor?
No.
You gotta say it with the accent.
Yeah.
Gregor.
Gregor.
And Seiri?
Yeah,
I say
Sayri's the
Sayri,
one with
yeah.
the apostrophe. Sayri, yeah.
Churchy. She's very
I
churchy.
I say chercher because it's like French, and I'm used to
Ah.
like saying that in a French way. So for me, it
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Shashi.
Yeah.
Shashi. I always called her Cha-Cha because I couldn't say her name.
We can make a song out of this. You say Flavia and I say Flavia.
I say Flavia. Do you say Tharja or Tharja?
Torja.
I say Thaja.
Tharja. God, we've got different pronunciations for all of them. This podcast is going to be
That's
so
good
hard.
then, because then it feels
We
like
will
they're different
know.
characters.
That's fine.
How do you say Kajel?
I call it Kjel.
Oh, we actually there's a Dutch name that is the same, and we say Kiel.
Jeez, we've
So
got to get it wrong.
that's very different.
See, I'm learning things about pronunciation
Yeah.
because Kajel is the only way that I could read that.
I could go to Belgium and just find someone called Kjel.
Yeah.
KL. I've already forgotten how to pronounce it.
Kale. Kale. was
Kale.
No,
Kiel.
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 Yeah.
So it's like a silent J,
Kiel. Yeah, a little bit.
or like a
it's
Y
kind of like
pronunciation. of
ja in German, where it's like a y sound.
J. Okay. I think those are all the names that have discrepancies.
Some of the enemy names, though, there's Zalbador.
I'm pretty sure I say all of them different. Like even for the children characters, like Jarne, I say Jarne.
I say Yane
Yeah.
Oh,
because I don't want to believe that his name is Jan.
That's
the only
yarn.
That's the
He's
only
a ball
reason.
of string.
And that's why I say. That's also why I say Pane because it's like Pane and Yane.
Yeah.
Alright,
Instead of
this is the
Pan-Yarn.
divisive one. Because I've heard it said Lucina, and I've heard it said Lucina.
I say
It's
Lucina.
Lucina.
Yeah.
It's Lucina for sure.
That one is known too well, I guess, to pronounce wrong.
They
But I have...
Kron
I know
says it. He's
people-
like Lucina. He says it. You can't have a discrepancy. I
know,
can't do it.
But I
I
know
can't do it.
real life
Podcast
people
anymore.
that
Out.
said it's Lucina.
Oh,
'cause
Ebbie's
that's
gonna
their
break.
name.
No, it's
And because Kron says it, it is law.
it is. How do you say Anna? Do you say it Anna or Anna?
I say Anna.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, Anna. I think that's all of them though. Like in terms of ones that have super weird pronunciations, but I think they are
Do you
all
say Avatar or Avatar?
I don't say Avatar. I say my unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mine's just my name, so that's easy. Padarico.
what was I going to say?
Wish-
I think all of the names are names somewhere, actual
Yeah.
real names.
Well, I think there's a region thing in the game where there's one based on Eastern culture, and then there's another one more European, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think
And
so.
then
too.
Yeah.
Virion and all those ones are from a French island or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because they do come from different regions.
Although Crom, I don't believe that Crom is a real name. Because it's too cool.
Isn't it the same
they were at
in
the
Japanese?
meeting and they had.
Yeah, it's the same in Japanese,
Yeah.
but Crom doesn't sound like a name.
They were at the Fire Emblem Awakening meeting. They're like, we need a protagonist, and they just finished eating cookies, and one was kind of tired, and they were like, Jeremy, and then Jeremy looked around and was like, Crom, and that was it.
Yep.
So with this podcast, are we just going to go character by character rather than
Oh, sure, we can do that, because there
rather
will
than
be
like
some that I won't
spoiling
know.
the game?
Well, we got
for
to
you?
start talking about Bishies.
Yeah, we're going
There's
to
so many,
the
though.
Bishounen because there's too many. I think we should because majority rules here. Start with Crom.
Of course.
I think when we did like
save the best
initial
for
like these are
last.
characters that I like. I mentioned Crom. I went out of my way to mention Crom
You do.
because he's fucking perfect. He is everything I love about a character in a character, and I can marry him in a game, and we can have children. Like that's perfect.
Yep. Yeah,
This is life goal simulator for Ebbie.
it's the ultimate shipping game. Like that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's known for that, and it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true.
I think Crom's the most popular male character as well by quite a margin.
I mean, I would imagine so. I think everyone who played it once probably married Crom, because that's like the
You can marry
obvious
Crom
thing.
by accident. Like, that
Yes.
blows my mind that you can accidentally marry him, because he has
Well,
to be
Crom-
married by a certain chapter in the game if you have, like, the highest, like, affinity with him or whatever.
Oh, really?
It's just like, I guess
Yeah.
you two are married now, and it's like,
okay.
what is, oops.
So it comes down to who's spent the most time near him. So in my current playthrough, because I didn't want to marry Crom myself, but I did have a plan of who to marry him to,
Yeah.
I had to wait until the very last chapter when this character actually turned up to put them next to each other for the entire fight. Whereas in all the other previous chapters, he had to stay well away from anyone else and fight by
I think-
himself.
I think I feel partly
You could fight with
responsible
guys.
for that in a way because there's like a ship in this game that's mostly canon, like in quotation marks, because it's in the opening sequence and everything, is Crom and Sumiya, and I fucking despise that pairing. I really don't like it.
I never really thought of that. Like, I never really was like, oh, right, that's her. It is her.
Yeah, because
God damn it.
because she has to be married. Like, Crom has to be married by the end of a certain chapter.
yeah.
If he isn't married to anyone else, it usually defaults to Sumiya. And
Because-
That's
because she saves
Sumiya
his life.
stands next to, like, Sumiya rescues Crom in one of the chapters.
Yeah.
don't like
Whereas
it. I
Crom
don't
could have
like that
managed a
pairing.
couple of arrows.
Probably.
Don't like
yeah.
that pairing at all.
Or was it Spears? I think it was Spears.
I don't know, but
Huh.
I don't like that pairing. I don't know what it is.
I
I think
would-
it's just because I'm attached to Crom and I don't want Sumiya to marry.
It's mine.
Just
Yeah,
ultra
it's gonna be
protective.
I think if I would have to put anyone next to Crom, I would probably do Cordelia.
The thing is, I agree completely,
Yeah.
but they can't get married.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's not an option, but out of like the candidates that he can marry, I
All
would say Olivia.
Pegasus
for sure.
Knights swear not to marry the Exalt's brother or
Well,
something.
Sumiya?
Why?
Oh, true. Oh, God. Maybe it's because Samir and Cordelia are friends, maybe.
I think that's probably the reason, because there's like this whole love triangle thing going on where like every other character's in love with Crom, but Cordelia and Sumiya are the two prominent ones. It's just Cordelia doesn't make a very big deal about it because she knows
Well,
it can never happen, probably because of
Samir
Sumiya.
didn't get a figure, so
Well,
I think Cordelia wins.
well, she does because she's one of the best girls in the game, in my opinion.
I married Crom to Olivia because that just made sense to me, and I like Cordelia. I want to marry her to one of my other
You
favorite
get
boys.
Crom Inigo, that's so perfect.
I know. But also, Olivia's a pretty great character as well. Like, she comes in at a crucial point in the game where you're about to have that divergence of who Crom marries. The 2-year gap and the big event that happens before that. I don't want to spoil any of the plot to people who haven't played it and then just listening to this to hear us gush about pretty people. But I was pretty happy with that pairing, and it's the hardest one to get because you literally have to have Kron next to no one until that very last fight where you can just team the two up and they go around killing people.
Wow.
And the thing is, I'll never experience any of that because I'm only ever gonna marry Crom. Like,
what if you play through as a man?
She's not
I
gonna.
don't think I ever will. Like, to be honest, I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
So there's the right way and the wrong way of playing this for Abby. The right way is marrying Crom. The wrong way is every other possible outcome
For me,
where Crom
yeah.
is not with you.
And the thing is, when I started my second playthrough, I was like, I think I'm going to marry Stahl this playthrough, and ended up marrying Crom, so...
Stahl is pretty great, though. I really liked
Stahl
him from the
missed
moment
out.
he was there.
He's cute.
Mm-hmm.
And
Isn't he... Wait, is it Stahl or Lonk who is afraid of women?
That's
Lonk.
Oh, yeah.
Monkey.
But Stahl's, like, the biggest thing about Stahl's personality is that he doesn't really have much of one. And that's, like, the joke. If you go through his support conversations, he constantly says to people, like, oh, what do you dream about? I'll help you with it, because I don't have any dreams of my
Right.
own, so...
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like, Star, what's your favourite fruit? Bread?
The thing is, I don't think I would marry him. If
What,
I wasn't,
Stahl?
If I wasn't going to marry Crom, I don't think I would marry Stahl, because all of his support conversations are like, oh, let's go get a birthday present for Crom. And I'm like, no.
I thought that was cute, though.
Yeah, but I can't be reminded of
A past life.
the past life, the past self, in another timeline.
Every time you see him, it's just like, I could have married that one. So I'm stuck with Bready McBreadface.
And I watched all the confession scenes, and I don't like Stahl's confession that much. Because he says something like, I'll never take my eyes off you again unless I'm about to run into a wall or something. And I'm like,
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
No, I
like
have Will You
that.
Marry
It's
Me written onto a
whereas
piece of bread.
Crom's like, you are the wind at the back and the sword at my side. And I'm like super cheesy romantic. And I was just like, I'm going to try not to be clumsy when I'm with you, okay?
I like Stahl a bit more now, honestly.
You should watch all of the confession scenes,
I
because you're never
should.
going to play through the game that many times, so...
Probably not. Although I would
Considering how
want
many-
to, but
How many
Patience.
options there are.
no, patience is not something that I don't really have.
Frederick's a character,
Voiced by Daisuke Ono.
and as soon as you found that out, you were like, redo.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I want to replay it. But then again, I have to be honest, like, I never really super liked Frederick, like, since the beginning. I don't know why. I mean, I like how he is, like, overprotective of Crom, but then you have that conversation between the two, where Crom is like,
Oh.
dude, you don't have to be so protective over me.
I like the bit in that support conversation where Frederick's like, I put up these posters of you, but naked.
I thought it'd support
Frederick,
the
I love
troops.
Yeah, I do really like their friendship, but marrying him, I'm not too sure yet. I would probably have to see his, like, confession or something like that.
When I started
yeah.
like social having the support conversations with Frederick, I thought he was a little bit like Stahl, but then I got into this thing where he's just a complete neat freak, and that's why I like him.
You should do the
Just-
support conversations between Frederick and Maribel, because he makes her life a living hell, and I love it.
Oh, great!
Oh god.
That's why I like Frederick so much, because I can't stand Maribel. But yeah, I like Frederick, but I wouldn't marry him. I agree
I don't know.
with that.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day on my 70th playthrough, when I've gotten away from Crom after the first 30.
We have
Then-
a Furion.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
too fond of him, to be honest.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I don't like him
I'm
that
in the
much either.
minority here.
Alright, go on. Explain why you like him then, Pat.
I like him. He's a chauvinistic idiot. Like, everyone in the camp knows that. Everyone talks to him like that. But he's also got a little bit of heart, because whenever you max out, like, a relationship with him, he's always got, like, a sweet bit. And that's what I like about him. When it gets down to it, he's a good guy. He's an absolutely chauvinistic pig up until then. like in the support conversations with Thalia, he's just pretending to be cursed the whole time. He's like, she's doing rhymes, like making him cook for the entire camp, or getting him to cluck like a chicken. But he's only doing that because he likes Thalia, and he's a character who thinks that every relationship he has is S-ranked no matter what, and everyone else is like, dude, we aren't even... You're not
it's
even
so
my
weird
support.
when he's married, but then you do more support conversations with him and he's like, oh, you are a thing of beauty, no? It's like, what?
Oh my god, you think of him with an accent?
He looks French.
He has an accent, like, he has a French accent.
Yeah, but I always read it, like, I don't really give accents to characters, so I find that really good.
I do it with him and Gregor.
Yeah, for Gregor I
Yeah,
can,
Gregor
like...
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to get to Gregor. Gregor has one of the best lines in the entire game.
Well, when you meet him.
Yeah, he's when, you hire Gregor, no? Gregor just finished killing former employer, but can vouch for goodness.
Gregor.
Yeah, he was great, Gregor, but I never used him in battle. Same for Virion. Like, both of them, I never really used them in the game.
Gregor's more useful than Virion because archers aren't... Like, as much as I want archers to be good, they just aren't unless they're against Pegasus units.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're so good against Pegasus units.
They are really good against Pegasus units, but there's no
They
need
just need
to
a
have,
bow
like...
that can shoot one space. That's
The
what
thing
they need.
is, you can get bow knights who are people that can use bows and swords. So
Yeah.
why would you get an archer who can only use bows? Like, there's no sense to be made. I don't get it. But Gregor's actually quite useful because he's got good strength. And if you do his support conversations, you'll find out that his real name is in fact not Gregor, but you don't find out what his real name is.
Ooh.
He has
There you go.
really good support conversations, though.
He makes me laugh, but, like, especially
Yeah.
with Sully, because Sully's like, fight me, and he's like, no, you pay me first, and she's like, no, fight me, and he's like, are you gonna pay me yet? And she's like, okay, I'll pay you, can we fight now? And then she, like, loses completely.
Oh, I love Sully.
Sully's really cool. I married
Not
her.
marriage
and-
material, though, according to
No,
Ebbie.
no,
What?
because I just... Right, in Pat's, like, game that he lent me, I was like, I'm just gonna nose through his thing here and see who he married
The
from
most
in his
private
playthroughs.
thing you could ever go through. My
He
save
married-
file of fire.
He married Sully to Crom.
What? No, I
that's-
would never put them together.
No, you wouldn't, but it was an accident. Because Crom marries anything he stands next to, and he just happened to fight with Sully once, and he just really liked it.
Aw, Crom, you whore.
But to be fair, Sully with her maxed out, she's very sweet when she's, like, at that S rank. You wouldn't know, but she can be sweet.
I
She'll
married
look
her
it.
to. I
You
married
can
her to
see that when
Gregor.
And
she's
it
like-
also explains Lucina's fiery passion.
Aw. Yeah, no, probably wouldn't do that.
Okay, I did a roll.
There's so few people that I like quote unquote ship with Crom.
Yeah.
And
Same.
none of his support conversations are it, apart from maybe Olivia, because Olivia I could just put with anyone because she makes me happy. So.
Yeah.
I never used Olivia either.
She's so cute though,
She is, but I was like, you seem kind of useless. I'm not gonna use you.
and she has like the best child in the game, or one of the best children in the game.
Yeah, I missed out on a
helped
lot
start
of
the Dance
kids.
Revolution.
We have Long, but we already kind of Long.
We could talk about Lonky some more because I really, really, really like him.
Yeah, me too. I like
love
his fear for
character
woman.
design straight away. He's hunky and he's got like those woolly bits to his leather, and he's
He's
stylish,
my
but
favourite
he doesn't
class in
know
the
it.
game. Like, he's
Yes.
hands
Yeah.
down my favourite class in the
How
game.
do you pronounce that class?
I don't.
I say Myrmidian.
I don't know either.
Myrmidon, I
Myrmidon.
think I say. I don't think that's right, though, because every time I say it, I'm like, Cam, am I saying that right? And then he'll, like, repronounce it, so...
I just call him Big Sword Guy.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, he's my favourite class in the game, just because, like, everyone in my game has been that class at one point, because I think it's so cool. But I really like Lonk's support conversations with... Oh, fuck. Cha-cha! What's her name?
Churchy.
Churchy.
Yeah.
Shasha. Sure.
How do you say it, Thalia? Because that
Shush.
sounds like that's probably the right pronunciation, but like you find out why he's scared of women in that conversation, and it's very, 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 very interesting.
I think I've had that convo between them.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Alright, spoilers ahead for those of you who don't want to know, but he's scared of women because he used to be really good friends with this one girl who died, and he always blamed himself for it, and she'd heard about that, and had spoken to the girl's parents, who wanted to, like, forgive him for what happened, so he could, like, get closure and move on. And I thought that was just a really sweet, like, support conversation between the two.
That's super sweet.
So I quite like those as a pairing, like those two. But he's
Okay, I've got to stop maxing out Long Q and Cordelia now.
You should marry Cordelia to Stahl because they play the harp together.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's random. I think I have Long. I'm trying to get him with Pan because I kind of like them two together.
They do have pretty good support between them.
Yeah.
Because
do they just like shout at each other all the time?
Well, she's just like what?
You're just like all those other man spawn.
Yeah. I like Pan so much, but unfortunately she got married with Rickon, and I don't want that. I know, like it happened because Jarne showed up, and just before that I was like, oh, they're gonna marry now, and I'm like, no, I don't want this. So
What? That's
yeah, it sucks because I was like, this child is with this beast. Like, why?
Well,
that's
Crom and
such a
Sully
weird
doesn't look so silly now, does it?
No, because I was really like, shit, what is my other save file?
Rickon
Can
with
I do this
anyone,
again?
though.
But nope.
Rickon with anyone is weird. I totally agree because he is actual child.
He's a
actual
minor.
child.
Actually, Rickon with Lissa would be okay for me.
Yeah.
But that's the
Maybe
only
Maribel
one.
because I don't much care for either.
Or Rickon and Naui, but Naui's actually really old, so
Now he's over 1,000 years
yeah.
old.
She just looks really young, so it's less weird. But
Yeah.
But she doesn't even count. She's just like, around 1,000.
I ended up marrying Rickon to Muriel, and I hated it. Like every minute I was in that S rank support, I was like, I don't like this because he's clearly a baby. He is wee babby.
Yeah.
And I don't
Muriel
like it.
looks like Rickon's mum.
Yeah.
She does. She really does. And
It looks like she's just giving him, oh, this is my old hat, you can wear this one.
the fact that is a support conversation that can happen in S rank is weird. The fact that you can S rank with Rickon is weird to me as well. I don't like it.
I don't know. Well, at first I actually used him, and then I was like, I don't really like this character, so I'm not gonna use him. But then he turned out to be quite powerful, so I was like, okay, I might actually use him. So I don't know. He's a good one to play with, but I would like my next playthrough. I'm not gonna make him marry anyone.
It's probably
I don't
for
want
the
that.
best.
Change him into, like, the monk class or
Because
something.
When you
Swear
play
celibacy.
when you play as a girl, you get like one spare male character if you pick all of them up. So Gregor was my spare character, and I really wish that I'd married him to Muriel instead of Rickon, and Rickon could have been like the single dude.
Oh,
Oh,
can you
yeah.
imagine Gregor and Muriel?
Do they have support conversations? I feel like they might.
Yeah, they turn up early in the game. Usually the ones that turn up early have the most support conversations.
Romantic options, yes. Yes.
Muriel
So I wish I'd
also
done that.
has like one of the toughest missions to get her kid.
Jerome! No.
Muriel.
we
Oh
were-
yeah.
Jerome is the hardest one
talking
for me,
Lawrence.
but I'm
Lawrence
talking about
is one.
You're talking about Lauren. I just thought when you said toughest mission, I
Wait,
went
Lauren or
Jerome.
Lawrence?
Lauren. Lauren.
Okay, I
sorry,
thought you
I don't
said
say my
Lauren.
T's properly, and I'm losing my.
Laurent.
So sorry.
It's Laurent.
Laurent.
I like how you're just like, oh my god, these English speaker people butchering
It's funny
names.
because we've played the game so many times and only Thalia knows how to say the names.
Well, it actually says you pronounce it as Laurent.
Oh really?
Laurent.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Lauren.
Laurent. But I don't have that one, because I didn't use Muriel either.
Well, just don't marry her to Rickon. Not like you can. But...
Vake.
Oh,
Vake.
I didn't
Into
use
the
him either.
He's the
Vake's
commoner
so
of this
good.
game. That's what I dubbed him.
I have to say, I married him to Lissa, and when they S-ranked,
Oh.
he said, "Come this way, Mrs. The Vake," and I was like, I love you.
I
He
did
just
like
makes
his
me
jokes,
laugh.
though. Yeah.
I feel like they should have given him sunglasses.
I feel like they should have given him different lines in Europe, because one of his, like, critical lines is just like, looks like Teach just got tenure, and I'm like, what's tenure? I had to go and look at what tenure meant.
What is that?
It's like a teacher thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Tenure.
So when you can't be fired from a job or something.
Give someone a permanent post, especially
Oh,
as a
what's
teacher
that?
or lecturer.
Okay.
So he just got tenure, apparently, and that didn't make any sense to me, but I really, really, really like Vake, because he just makes me laugh. Because
Yeah.
he thinks, like, he's awesome, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be Crom one day, I'm gonna be, like, better than Crom.
His is the axe that will pierce the heavens.
Him and Noe have really sweet supports as well, because she's, like, really sad that all of them are gonna die before she does, and she's gonna be lonely again.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I probably won't live to see my dream come true. And then she's like, but I'm gonna live forever, so I'll do your dream after you're gone. How does that sound? And it's really cute. It's really, really cute. I just...
Yeah.
2,000
I like
years
Vake
from
with
now.
anybody, because he's just so, like... I don't know, he could just go with anybody and be cool. Like, I don't know. I just like Vake.
That should be Vake's alternate line, be cool.
Be cool. See you later. And I also made him a barbarian in my playthrough, so he just gets, like, bullion all the time. He's making me actually rich.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, man.
God.
So good.
There's so much I still need to learn about this game.
I don't usually min-max my characters like that, because I'd rather just let love find its way, but a lot of people do marry them just for the, like, abilities that the kids end up having and make their children actually broken, so...
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think that's what Cam's doing in his first playthrough, and I'm like, I'm not doing that until at least my fourth. Like,
He's
no
practicing
way.
eugenics or something.
Kellum.
I
feel sorry
avoided
for the
Kellum in my
guy.
second playthrough. He is very avoidable very easily.
Yeah.
But by the sounds of it, you married him to someone, Ebbie?
Really?
I married him to Sully.
No.
Sully.
No,
I
Sully
did.
can do so much better.
Yeah.
I married him to Sully because I thought it made sense with the kid being, like, exactly like Kellum.
What is their kid? Do they have a kid?
Kiel.
Kiel.
Oh, it's
is
a
that it?
kill.
Alright.
Sorry.
Oh, right, yeah, it also has, like, that big armor thingy.
Yeah.
My Australian dialect.
But to me, I think Gregor and Sully work a lot better than Kellum and Sully do. The thing is about Kellum, it's funny because his character is supposed to be this guy that everyone forgets about.
Yeah.
And literally everybody who plays the game sort of forgets about him.
True.
Yeah.
So it works. I don't know how they did that, but it's funny.
Give him
I feel
some
bad
blue
for
hair
him,
and a
but-
basketball and you're good.
I don't know.
I want to class change him into something that's not got the massive armor. So I
Yeah.
want to see what sort of body type he's got, because to me he
Exactly.
seems like he should be really big.
Yeah.
If
don't
only
think
you
he
could
will
make
be.
him a dancer.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine? That would be actually amazing.
I wish you could make them all dancers if that was like an option.
They just all dance and they're all really, really bad at attacking.
Oh god, I can't really see like Crom or Frederick dancing.
Frederick would be
I just imagine one's
amazing!
got like
Oh my
maracas, the
God.
other one's got like a big steel drum, and then they're gonna power their way. Can you imagine defeating Grima that way?
That would
Wow.
be amazing. Well, that one song from the DLC plays where you're on the beach and it's like steel drums, but the Fire Emblem theme. I love Fire Emblem, it's great.
I wish that was an option. Donal. I don't like Donal. He wears a pot on his head. He's not Bishounen.
Oh, I say Donal, not Donal.
Yeah, I say Donal as well.
Oh.
It annoys me that when I class changed him, he still kept the like pan on his head, and I'm like, no, I
God.
class changed you so you could get rid of that, please.
You're rich now. You can afford a helmet.
That's
You
what I don't
literally
like about
married
him.
Maribel. You can not wear a hat. It's fine.
Maribel's like, no, it's endearing. I like it.
Oh, just
I
there's
just
something
don't
about-
like his design. I think that is what put me off the most. I was like,
It's
what
not
are
his-
you doing here?
It's not his design that annoys me. It's his personality of being like a token farm boy.
Oh yeah,
I don't like it because I don't know. I just don't. Where it's like, oh, back on the farm, and I'm like, shut up. No one cares about what happened
Let's
back on
go
the farm.
fight,
We're in the middle of
y'all.
a fucking war.
I cannot imagine anyone shipping him with someone.
I put him with Maribel because I wanted him to have money.
Aw.
He is more immature than Rickon, I think.
Mhm.
Because Rickon at least accepts like the death of war and all this stuff, whereas Donal's just
Yeah.
like treating it as a party.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't had many conversations with Donal, but I know that it can be serious when stuff is happening. Because sometimes he's like, "Okay, stop the jokes. We have to be serious here."
Rickon's quite different in the fact that like there's a reason for him
Whereas-
being at war, whereas Donal's just like, I wanna come with you.
E-I-E-I-O.
About Donal, I'm just in agreement with you on your an interest towards him, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't seem interesting either. Because
But he has
don't
like some of the best growth in the game apparently. So if you train him, like he becomes broken very quickly.
As soon as he got to level 10 as villager, I changed him because I apparently don't do that because you can go up to level 30 with villager, and I don't know if I can second seal him back. But I just wanted him to not wear that pot on his head, and then I second sealed him, and he still had the pot on his head. It was a disappointment.
it's his way of life. You can't change it.
That's his like village's crest or something.
Yeah.
Are we on to Gaius?
Yeah, we're on Gaius.
Yeah.
Are we on to the best character of the entire game?
Right, I
The one
wouldn't
that
go
you
that
guys
far.
are so wrong about.
The
I
one
wouldn't
that
go
I
that far.
didn't get, so I don't know.
Gaius is amazing. Gaius is my favorite. I've married him twice, and I love him. He's so good. He's originally part of the enemy, and when you're storming the castle, he has a change of heart when the like leader's saying, "Kill all the people." He's like, "Kill? I just wanted to rob them." And he can join, provided Crom has a conversation with him.
I love the
And
joining
he's-
conversation. It's so funny.
It is one of the best. 'Cause
Like Crom has biscuits
originally
or
he's like,
something.
can you be persuaded to join us? And he's like, well, you have to sweeten the deal. And he's like, oh, I've got a little bit of money on me. And then like a sack of sweets falls down on the ground. And Gaius is like, oh, I'll join you.
Have you got any more of these?
Gaius is a thief with a heart of gold and he loves sweets. And he's sweet. And I love him.
He does love sweets.
He
He's
has
got
some of the
nicknames
best
for
support
everybody.
conversations as well. Like, Ebbie can attest, like, the conversation between Crom and Gaius, where Gaius is just constantly badgering Crom to just, like, go live a day in the life of a villager or whatever. And Crom's all like, no, I've got a war council meeting. And then it's, like, the very last one. And
I
what was your
genuinely
experience,
thought
Ebbie?
it was going to be like it was going to go in a different direction where like
They're
the
gonna go
B
to
sort
brothels or
support
something.
conversation would be them going out and Crom being like, wow, it is a bit crap out there. Maybe you should come to war council meetings, and then that would have been their A rank conversation, which it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. I like him. I like his support conversations with Sumiya, surprisingly, because they go and get honey. And Gaius gets stung by a lot of bees, and in the end he just gives his honey to Sumiya because she likes it. So
Aww. Have you had the support conversations between him and Pan?
yeah, where he's like climbing up the
He's
cliff
like
and gets
up the hill
stuck.
trying to find honey, and he gets stuck. And she's like, "Oh, I thought you were one of my brethren climbing up this hill. Very impressive." And it's like, "Yeah, I was pretty. How do I get down?" My favorite though is his conversations with you as the protagonist. I'm not sure if it's different. I can't remember from my conversation when I played through as a male, but when I played through as a girl, there's like this misunderstanding, and he keeps on trying to pay you back and your characters are like, it's okay, dude, we're fine. And he's like buying entire collections of books for your character, and he spots this pendant and he wants to buy it for you. And then the next conversation, he's like got this pendant. He's like, it's so good, it looked like it came from the market, maybe. And you're like, you didn't need to buy me this. And then he's like, well, actually, I made this for you. And it's all really, really sweet. He makes you a pendant.
I was just gonna say, like, Gaius looks like the kind of character that I would marry besides Crom. If I would have had him in the game, but yeah.
He has lollipops in, like, the spots where he should have daggers.
The good news is, in Fire Emblem Fates, there is a character that looks identical to Gaius.
Yeah.
Like, it actually looks like the same character.
But we don't know anything about Fate, so sorry if you're watching from Japan or America, where you're lucky enough to have that bloody game that I want so much. May 21st? What bullshit's that?
Yeah, on May 20th.
Oh, yeah, you get a day earlier than me. Fucking raw.
Sorry.
Salt into the... Well, I guess my
we'll
21st
probably get it about
comes...
the same time, to be fair.
Yeah, time zones and all that stuff.
Gaius is good. I highly recommend that you do another playthrough when you got time, Thalia, and then you get him.
Yeah. I definitely will.
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
His support conversations. Good. And he gives a nickname to everyone. Like, he's just got one
Blue,
for everyone.
doesn't he?
Yeah, he calls Crom Blue, Lissa Princess, Muriel she calls Specs, because she's got glasses. Sumia gets Stumbles. Maribel gets Twinkles. Pan is Whiskers. I love the conversation where...
Whiskers.
What was the one I sent you guys, where he was talking,
yeah.
and he calls Pan Whiskers. It's just like...
Oh, where he's like, any time that I've not got sugar in my system is an emergency.
It's just... Yeah, I love him.
I ended up marrying him to Cordelia.
Which is fine.
Which is
fine.
Cordelia. But he then has the worst child in the game. I absolutely despise Severa. And her support conversations with him as her dad are awful. They make me feel so bad for making that choice.
Why?
Because he spoils her a little bit because, you know, it's his daughter and whatever. And she starts taking advantage of it. And she's like, oh Daddy, won't you just buy me this? And I'm like, oh God, no, I'm so sorry, Gaius. I did the worst thing ever.
He's just lovely. He'll do anything.
Gaius, potentially second best boy. Potentially second best boy.
No. Definitely best boy.
I will get back on that when I do get him.
He calls Thalia Sunshine.
Really?
And he calls your character Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbles. I would actually ship Gaius with Tarja, to be honest.
They do make a very good child. They make a very, very good baby.
Well, I'll read out a little bit from his confession. He says, Patrick, you're the... Oh, my phone moved around. You're the sweetest gal I've ever met, and I love you. I'm sweet.
Doesn't he say something like, you're like a river of chocolate, or something? I don't remember. he like compares you to sweets in the conversation. Like, hold on. I've got to YouTube this right now.
I'm just getting more and more interested in Gaius.
He's really cute.
That's good.
Post the game, he gets a song sung about him in taverns called Tales of Sticky Fingers Gaius.
I've got to find out what he says, because it's like super cheesy.
Yeah, but he's cheesy, but he's still not as cheesy as
Right, he
Crom.
says, baby, you're a river of chocolate in an ocean of cream. I'm gonna steal your heart on a daily basis. Because he's a thief, you get it?
Yeah.
He's great. He's fantastic.
I don't disagree with you, I just
and you killed him. Thalia.
Yeah, but I didn't know about him. No one warned me for this.
It's okay though, because you've got Crom and he's the best one, so it's fine.
It's funny because, like, in all like the promotional wallpapers, like they put out, Crom and Gaius get to be on the same one.
I didn't pay attention.
So it's like
to
red
that,
and
clearly.
blue version.
Oh yeah.
Gaius even gets his own item in the game, Gaius's confection.
That's true.
No one.
I don't know why.
Because that's his Falchion. Falchion.
Falchion.
His candy.
I don't know. It just seems weird that no one else has like an item like that.
Or like Stahl's homebrew.
Yeah, maybe. Kellum's invisibility cloak.
It's gonna be Maribel money.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Thalia?
I was gonna say we still have Henry.
We still have Libra too.
Henry would be my second choice.
I really like Henry. I think he's a bit of a sadist or whatever, but
Yeah.
I like that. I definitely like that about him. I like how he is. I don't like whenever he wins a fight, how he laughs and like
Yeah.
that looks really weird. Yeah.
The only thing
really
I don't
like
like
him.
about Henry is that he never opens his eyes. Like, please.
He's Brock from Pokemon.
Yeah. Never really paid attention to that. I just like how he is, and his conversations are pretty funny as well.
I like
great.
his critical line where he's just like, "I'm gonna kill you," but he sounds like really giddy about it.
Yeah.
I just like after he has a kid, his conversations with his kid are so weird because you've had this guy for a bit and he's been shouting about murder and things, and then when he's with his kid, he's all like very sweet and nice.
Yeah.
Typical dad stuff.
What is who is his kid?
It depends on who he marries.
Oh, okay.
Because the children come from the females.
Okay,
so his kid in my playthrough is Nah. Or Nah.
No.
Nat with white hair would be wicked.
Yeah, that's why I went with that, because I was like, she can either marry Gregor or she can marry Henry.
I would put Henry with Lissa, because that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd ship that. That's fine.
I'd be interested in seeing how that turned out.
Yeah, because they're complete opposites from each other. But
Yeah.
I would like to see. Yeah, I would like to see how that turns out with them.
You'll have to let me know.
Yeah.
He goes well with Thalia as well, I reckon, because they're both.
I don't like.
Yeah.
That's one of my no TPs for some reason. I just don't
Really?
like it that much. Yeah.
Like in their support conversation, he offers like kill an entire army for her or something.
I think I married them once because I remember having a white-haired Noah at some point. But they're just too similar to each other.
Yeah, that's true. I would rather see them with someone else and have their support conversations.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I just think... I don't know. I just don't like Henry and Thalia together at all. I don't know why.
Maybe Henry and Pane?
Yeah,
Well,
I tried that too, but...
I married Pane to Virion and I felt awful.
That's a Virion!
That sounds like an OTP for me.
I just wanted Yane to have the, like, little bit of his hair be blue. And then the only other, like... current time character that's male is Libra.
I love Libra. Libra's a great character, but like he's there late in the game as well, a bit like Henry as well.
Chapter
so I never
9.
knew who to put him with, and his ability to heal and attack is great.
Yes, that is always like a plus, which is why I like Brady so much. Who we'll talk about in a bit, I'm sure. But
I
married
love
him to
Libra and Crom's conversation when they first meet up, and. Crom's like, I'd love a lady of the cloth to join us. That's great. And he's like, I'm a man. That could have been awkward. And
I actually thought
like
it was a girl. So.
Yeah, he looks like a
ellipsis.
girl, and he has a girl voice actor, but he's a man.
But there's like an ellipsis after that, and he goes, that could have been very awkward. Like, he just assumes that Crom would have fallen in love with him or something.
I like him and Olivia together, because they're just like... Olivia's like, I can teach you this dance that's like praising gods or whatever, and it's just really sweet. And then they make Inigo, who's like, oh, so good.
Inigo is like little Crom.
He is. It does make sense that sometimes you can have him be Crom's son, for sure.
If you're very clever and skillful at playing the game like me.
But the problem is I would have to not marry Crom first, so that's my issue.
One day you can do it.
I could do this. I could definitely do this.
Libra and Gaius have a good conversation, where Libra's like building toys for an orphanage. Gaius like, you should make some sweets, and then you should give some of the sweets to the guy who came up with the idea. Me.
Gaius is all about sweets. Did you ever buy that? There's like a t-shirt on Redbubble that's just like the lollipops that Gaius has on his shirt.
It's still open on a tab on my phone. And I'm just like, I'm going to get that. I'm just going to be tired one night. I'm going to click buy.
Do it.
I need to.
But I guess we could move on to the children, if you wanted to.
Sure. I don't know many of the children at all, because I missed a lot, so...
Well, which ones do you know?
I only have Lucina, Owain... No, I don't have Owain. Wait, Lucina, Morgan, Yarne, and that's it. So,
oh, wow.
I don't have many at all. Because at the moment, I only have Pan married to someone, and me and Crom, and that's it.
Well, you got Morgan, who's like the best character, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But not in like a Bishounen way, in a maternal I must protect you and you must be innocent forever way. Because he's the most adorable thing in the world, and I love him, and I want a figure of him so I can pat him on the head and stuff and tell him he did well. I don't know.
I do have to be honest,
I'm sending you the cipher card, Ebbie.
Yeah.
I like Lucina better than Morgan.
No.
Yeah.
Don't
I don't know.
This.
I just like how badass she is, and her design looks much better for me as well. I mean, I like Morgan, but I
think the reason that I'm so attached to Morgan is because he's just like so bewildered when you find him. And he's like, "Oh, you look younger. Where am I?" And I'm like, "I must protect you." Whereas Lucina's like totally okay to do whatever it is that she does.
Yeah. I do like Morgan, his conversations with, like, you, like, the main character, because it's, like, trying to hide things and stuff and just tease you, but it never works. No, I like that.
He's
well,
so
the other
cute.
side of it is, like, Morgan can't remember your partner at all. So whoever you marry...
It's like, are you my dad? Are you really my dad?
I don't remember you at all thing. And I found that, like, a really good story in it. Because it's true to it. You could marry anyone, really, and depending on who it is, they become more forgettable, depending. That's a weird way of putting it. Yeah. I'm going to stop talking.
Female Morgan's apparently totally different to male Morgan. Like, completely different.
Owain's pretty good, too.
Owain. Yeah, I think that's the one that you said, like, that I had to get as well. Wait, whose child is that?
Lissa. So he is busy like rescuing and being a hero. Like that's his thing. And he's always got like a name for a move. So he's always doing something really impressive or doing wicked kick flips and things.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I would like him. But the thing is, like, I have no idea who to pair Lissa with. And
Lissa is a tough one to pick.
Yeah.
Because gotta remember that she's like the sister of the Exalt.
Yeah.
Someone.
That's why I wanted to get her with Henry, but then I'm like, I don't know. But Henry is still cool, so Owain with white hair would be pretty cool.
I love Owain, he's great. Down sword hand. He's cute. I married Lissa to Vake, so he just ended up blonde.
And that kind of makes sense with the way Owain talks. So similar to...
Yeah.
You just talk to the Owain.
It does make a lot of sense. And I really, really like Owain. And I wish his Fire Emblem cipher cards didn't look so hideous. Like, him and Gaius both have cards that
Gaius
look
has only got,
hideous.
like, 2, though, that are weird.
Yeah, he's got more in the new set, though. Like,
oh, no! I ordered that set.
No, not weird cards. Gaius has got more cards that are cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
There's
meant
just
to say.
that one where he's got, like, the black eyes and looks like he's about to
I don't like
crush
that
your
card at all.
soul into several pieces.
It's terrifying. And then the Owain cards are exactly the same. I hate them. I hate them so much. Which is a shame, because I really like Owain. He was the first one that I maxed out all my support conversations on. Because I just liked using him so much.
Oh, he's great with, like, talking. He speaks the most out
It's
of
just
any
because he
character, I
winds
think.
everyone up, because they're all like, can you stop? Can you, like, seriously calm the hell down for a second?
Oh, that's the thing
And
I
then
love
Cynthia.
about children characters, because they all come from, like, a dystopian future where everything's been completely turned on its head.
from, like, completely different timelines.
And so all of their personalities are like coping mechanisms to put up with the fact that they've seen all their parents in this war.
That's a good segue for Inigo.
Yes.
That's a very, very good segue for Inigo.
Now,
Because
I find it surprising that you love Inigo so much, yet Virion, who's got somewhat of a similar personality, doesn't even register.
Yeah, but Inigo's looks better.
Yeah, I knew.
His hair is
gets away
essentially
with
the
it
same,
because-
except slicked back.
No, he doesn't have long hair.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
It's
Yeah,
half
look at
long.
those sideburns.
He's got sideburns. That doesn't mean he's got long hair.
Really long sideburns.
Long sideburns. But the reason that I like Inigo is because he has, like, a legit reason for acting like that. Because, you know, he's
Now,
really
Inigo
flirtatious
is-
and he flirts with any
Yeah.
woman that he can see, and that's his coping mechanism because he, like, watched his parents die in this other future. Which I think is really, really sweet. And I like him. And leave him alone. He's not the same as Virion.
Maybe I'll just turn him into an archer.
Although I do think it's
See how
super
it
fucking weird
progresses.
when you first meet him, like, and you have Olivia go and talk to him. He's like, "Well, hello there," and it's like, "Oh God,
Oh,
please don't flirt with
that
her."
is creepy.
Is he that flirty then? Because I don't
Yeah.
have that character.
He just can't turn it off.
So I had him like A rank every support conversation that he could before he got married. So then he wasn't going around flirting with other people after he got married. And I ended up marrying him to Noir. I think it doesn't really matter who you marry the children to, but I married him to Noir.
It's nice. It gives him a nice support skill.
Yeah, I don't know.
They kind of fit together.
Would you have liked it if it just kept on going down till you could literally not have anyone? Like the future children had children, and then the children of the future children had children.
I don't want to
God.
say anything, but I did get spoiled on stuff that happens in a later installment of Fates.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, no.
I like that. I do know that this mechanic is in Fates, but
Yes.
beyond that, I have managed to keep spoiler free on everything.
Well, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be that asshole, but
Yes, thank you.
I've had a lot of things spoiled for me about Fates, and I think now that I've mentioned it in this context,
Well, there was that
when
day
you
the
see
other
it,
week.
you'll be
Yeah,
like,
we were just-
oh, I get it.
Yeah. Well, we had that day the other week where we just went, stuff it, we're going to look at all the character portraits.
Yeah, and then
And
we
we
did,
did,
and we
it was
found
great.
out that, like, so many of them look exactly the same as the characters in Awakening, so...
Yeah.
Well,
But it's
I
good,
mean-
it means they never left. They're there spiritually.
yeah, they definitely did that on purpose.
I don't know, it's weird.
Well, I mean, even when we
Hey,
looked
wait,
at the
wait a
picture of
minute.
Gaius and the other one, it's too much alike.
Yeah, they're just the same character, apart from, like, the new one showing more arm, and, I could marry that. I could marry that.
We were talking about Bishounen other characters, and we missed out on Basilio.
Yeah, we did. Because
But he's
No.
not Bishounen.
Yeah, he
because
is.
he's not my
Look
type,
at those
so we
feathers
missed him
around
out.
his neck piece.
Okay,
He's-
go on
he's
then,
one of the
Pat.
prettiest
Mention
ones.
him.
I wish there were, like, more options, Basilio and Flavia. I really like Flavia.
Yeah, I like them together, so for me that's fine.
Oh, that would never work between them. Anyway, back to children. We're up to Brady, I think.
Yes.
Brady's one of my favourites. Brady's great.
Right, Brady makes
His
me
support
feel...
conversations.
Brady is the reason that I fucking hate Maribel so much.
Oh,
Because,
God, yes.
she's like, oh, you're ugly, and my child, and I don't know how that happened, and I'm like, bitch, back off.
Whoa.
Brady's
okay.
got this super complex about his appearance, and he's, like, really downtrodden on his entire life, so he doesn't have much value for it, but he loves protecting other people, and that's why I think he's a cleric.
Yeah.
And it's such a perfect class for him as well, because he is like that character that supports others, but doesn't. It's a thankless job. And
He's
he's
really
like the
sweet.
thankless child.
I seem to think that there's a support conversation with him and, Kiel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where... No, it's not, it's Cynthia. Completely different character. Where she's like, there's someone who's been helping me out on the battlefield, but I don't know who it is. And Brady's like, just don't look into it, okay? It's fine. Don't worry
God.
about it. And she's
Aw.
like, no, there's definitely someone helping me out. And he's like, no, please, just stop, I need you to not do this anymore. And she finds out that it's him that's helping her. And she's like, thank you, it's really nice of you to do that. And he's I love him. He's so
Immediately
great.
ship them.
I would have married them were she not already married to a Wayne.
That kind of makes sense as well, though.
It makes the most sense.
They can just be hyper for the rest of life.
Alright, I want to see what Maribel says to him when they meet for the first time.
Maribel and Brady?
Yeah. Because she
while
says
that's
something
going
like
on-
really mean. Like really mean.
But most of the things she says are really mean.
Because he says something like, when I remember what he says, because he says, oh, you're being really harsh to me. I know I'm not very good looking or anything, but I am your son. And I'm like, oh god, I feel so awful for you.
Yeah.
You got a beautiful soul. He's really lovely. You're gonna like Brady, because he's a tough guy, but he's sweet. So he's the best of both worlds.
Okay. You got to marry Maribel to someone good then.
Yeah, don't
Yeah, marry him
do
so
what
he's
I
got
did.
a good father.
I'll just marry
Don't do.
Donal to him. Donal to him, or whatever. Jerome is the next one.
Jerome, I hate Jerome. He's so mean
No.
to Churchy. He is such a... my favourite thing, though, is in his support conversations with Lucina, he's like, thanks for the mask.
The only time he ever takes that mask off is if you marry him. Which, by the way, I find it a bit weird that you can marry the children characters.
Oh, wait, you can? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bit
Yeah.
weird.
It's not weird if it's Inigo. Other ones, weird. The only one that you can't
and
marry is
Morgan.
obviously Morgan. But
Yeah.
any other one you
No,
can
I
marry.
couldn't marry anyone to Morgan. No one's good enough for my Morgan.
I married Morgan to Nar because I married Lucina to Yane because I wanted the royal family to be really strange in the future.
What? Lucina to Yarne?
Yeah. They're sweet. They're
Just
really cute.
diluting the bloodline. No one's gonna have the emblem.
No, I don't even know who I want to marry Lucina. Because I'm like,
That's
she's my precious daughter. I don't want her to.
I always forget because there's that part in it where, like, if you marry Crom or Crom has another child, there's usually this conversation about how they don't carry the mark.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and that's always like an interesting part. Like they feel a bit ashamed because they don't have that. I always like that little touch to the conversation because Crom's always part of that.
Yeah.
If it's with Morgan, they have a conversation about how Lucina can use the Falchion, but Morgan can't.
Yeah,
Um,
there's so many little things in this game that I love.
yeah, like the fact that you can get wildly different conversations depending on who you marry to each other and whatever. Like the fact that Inigo and Crom can have conversations at all in yours is really intriguing to me. So
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I'll let you know how it goes.
you'll have to let me know. Yeah, for sure.
Because Inigo, somewhere on him, might have that mark, or might not have that mark, and Crom might have to chat with him about that.
Jerome's coping mechanism is to just not feel anything and not make friends with
Be
anyone.
a dick.
Well, he kind of looks like that. Like, I don't have the character, but he kind of looks like I would probably not use him either. I don't know.
He's really powerful. Like he's
Well, of
ridiculously
course, like
strong.
all of the dicks are always like that. The most powerful.
To be fair, like, his story's interesting. Like, he's also a dragon riding warrior, like Churchy, and that whole part is an interesting part, but he's a bit of a dick to her at the beginning, and I didn't like that about him. So he never really sat well with me.
Yeah.
Wow, but he's so good.
He might be good, but it took a while for him to, like, turn into a nice guy. He's even a dick to some of the other characters as well, especially
Yeah,
the dad,
he's
I
a dick
think.
to pretty much everyone, but the fact that he's a dick to Severa makes me like him
Except
a
for
bit.
Lucina.
No, he's alright
That's
to
'cause-
Lucina, yeah.
It's
Oh, really?
It's always thanks for the mask, thanks for the face mask.
Yeah, because
Which means that Lucina becomes a mask maker in the future.
No,
'cause
no,
she's
no.
good at it.
He gave her the mask so that she could
Oh, it's the other way around.
disguise
Okay.
herself as Marth.
Oh, right.
Jerome's the mask person.
So Jerome's the mask maker in the future.
Oh, I
And
kind
then
of
he
ship
goes
them
into.
now.
Then he's the mask maker in Majora's Mask. There's a lineage system.
Yeah, right.
It's all in the same universe. And then there's Yane, who might be my favourite.
I
might-
really like him.
I might like
I
him
like
more than
him.
Inigo.
But he was really wimpy, so I never really...
He's really
Did
wimpy,
much
but
with
he's
him.
funny because if he's like the support character rather than the like actual fighter, he'll say things like, "My foot's good luck," and I'm like, "You're a rabbit,
forgot
man."
about that. I love how he's just got that little tuft on his head that changes depending on the father.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh man,
Really?
the hair color changes."
In
Yeah,
my
because the hair
first
color changes
playthrough,
depending
I had-
on the dad, and he's got like
Yeah.
that little bit on the front that's a little bit paler, and that changes depending on who his dad
married
is.
Gaius in my first playthrough, so
I
he was
guess-
ginger.
Yeah, mine would be brown because it's stupid Rickon. So. Oh my god, that conversation between him and Rickon was weird as well. I remember that. I was like, oh, Yarna is like
Older
bigger
and
than
taller
you.
than Rickon. Then there's Laurent. Laurent is just pretty much male.
We're going back to
mirror.
Yane because
Oh,
he's
I'm
great.
sorry.
I
Back to
really,
Yane.
really like Yane because, like, all of his support conversations are the same thing happening over and over again. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, he's not going to be a wimp anymore. Okay, let's start C rank on this next character. Oh, they're shouting at him for being a massive wimp. Okay.
Oh, poor Yarna.
I love him. I really, really like him. I think he's one of the best children because he's just so funny and he's adorable. Like, look at that face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only child I have next to like the main one, so can't really.
You got a good one, in my opinion. You got a very good one.
Yeah.
I like him. Anyway, now
I
you can
wish
talk about
something about. I was just going to add about transformation characters. I wish they kept their transformation no matter what class they went to.
I wish you could
Imagine,
get like you
Like
can
a
get
rabbit
because of
wielding
Yane.
a claymore sword or something.
Because of Yane, you can have Morgan be like Tugwell.
Yeah.
But you can't have male Morgan be Manicat. Like, you can't have it. It doesn't work.
Isn't it only like on the female line?
I don't know, but it sure can't happen because none of the Manicat characters are.
It's a shame you
Male.
can't have like a male. Could you have maybe Yane marry Naui and have like a dragon rabbit child?
No, they don't have supports.
Damn.
You can marry him to Na, but they don't have kids.
Yeah, true. They would
Uh,
in the future. The future.
Future. I'd
No.
marry Yane. He'd be one of the, like, him and Inigo are the two children that I would be tempted to marry if I wasn't already married to Crom in every playthrough that I ever do. And you can talk about Laurent now, I guess.
Laurent's alright. He's just male Muriel. They act exactly the same, and they've got the same hat, and they have the same expression, and have the same glasses, and they have the same coat, and they have the same gloves. They're essentially the same character, but he has like one of the hardest missions to get him because he's like, you have to defeat different groups. I think it's like within a certain time you can get him, or only if you complete the mission successfully. I had
Shadow
real trouble
Instance.
getting him at first.
I don't remember this one.
It's like in the desert, and there's like waves
they're all
coming
in
from
the
lots of
Oh
different
god,
directions.
no! I hated that. I hated that one.
Oh, it's the one. Okay, yeah, I know which one you mean.
Shadow in the.
The other
Sands.
thing is, like, the rescue children missions are always, like, if they die, your character just simply doesn't know that they had a child from the future come. I always found that really interesting. Like, Noir, in her mission, it was always really difficult to save her because she's all the way over there and her only weapon's a bow.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And if she dies, just like Thalia goes, who's that chick? She seemed rather scared.
That's
Yeah.
why I just, like, make her run away. Just, like, it's the only thing you can really do. is
Oh,
once
I
you
get
control
whoever
over
can
her.
fly over that. Like, I'd team up a dragon rider or a Pegasus rider.
Oh,
fly
man, marry
over
her
there
to
and then
Jerome.
switch.
That's what you should do. Just start early on that Jerome support.
Well, they do like having, like, I think Noir's meant to be creative as well. What's her thing?
Her thing
remember
is
when,
that she's crazy.
The reason Noir's the way she is, and it's not even because she had a trap. Well, she did. Thalia, like, curses her all the time in the future.
Well, her own child.
So she's just traumatized.
Oh my god, poor kid.
I like Lawrence's support conversation with the my unit character.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, can I follow you around today? Can I just watch what you do? And you're like, yeah, sure.
Oh, he's doing an internship.
Basically. And then he's like, you need to rest more because you're working too hard, and I'm going to make sure that I can help you with your duties so that you can rest more. And I'm like, oh bless you, sweet child. I'm still never going to marry you.
That he wants to be a tactician?
I don't think so. I think he just wants to, like, help you.
I must be getting confused with Morgan.
Morgan wants to be a tactician.
Yeah.
I think that's all the male characters.
Yeah.
I think we did it. We rambled on for a real long time.
It's great
though.
that we came to the conclusion that Gaius is best.
But we
So,
didn't.
thank you
Pat.
for agreeing.
We really didn't.
Talia agreed,
Crom
didn't
is
you?
best
Yes,
guy.
I did. See? And so Ebbie, I can't do an Ebbie accent. And I can't do a Talia one either.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you think that was a good thought?
No.
So, in conclusion, Crom is the most
Gaius
popular
is
one,
best.
but we can all agree that Gaius is still pretty good.
Yeah. And I need to get Gaius in my next game.
You're going to
Yeah.
like him a lot, I think. And I'm going to link you to the confessions cutscenes after this as well. We'll have to do another one of these when Fates comes out, so we can talk about the guys in there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Well,
we
pretty
should.
much.
And then I will make
I
sure
would have to
I've
play as
played
a
all
girl
of
that
it.
time.
Yeah, but you can still pick your best boy even if you play as a boy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I don't know who I'm going to marry, they all look so good. Ugh.
I guess it will depend on like the personalities and stuff as well, so.
Yeah, I'm looking at them
That's
and I'm
the
like,
thing
oh,
I'm
you're
worried
cute,
about.
but I bet you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen one, and it looks really trendy, but I'm certain that it's an asshole.
You're cute, asshole. Oh.
And there's 2 versions to play through, so you could marry, like, multitudes of people.
What?
Yeah,
Because there's the 2. There's Birthright and Conquest.
Oh, right, okay.
so many friggin' playthroughs, it'll take a while before we do that podcast, I feel like.
It might be, but we can still do like first impressions or something like that.
Yeah,
On the
let's do
game.
that. Because
Yeah.
First
Fire
impressions.
Emblem's
Crom
great.
is still the best one.
where's Crom? Because I'd really like to marry Crom
Crom's not in this game, but if he was, he'd be the best one.
Who's your favourite character? Crom? He's not in this game. I know, but it's still Crom.
There's one called Morch. It's an anagram of Crom.
Oh, great. Yeah, let's do that. And if you would want to, Pat, you can be on again.
Oh, I am so there. I enjoyed this a lot. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thanks for joining
Am I the
us.
first? Am I the first male guest?
You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I can keep that title. Take that.
Pat
following
is
men.
best boy.
Yeah.
Best boy. If we go by
I
Crom
think when you
logic,
guys
you
were-
are indeed the best boy because you meet Crom first. So in order for you to be best boy, you have to also admit that Crom is the best boy.
No, this is a 2-person hosted podcast. I think that has to go through Thalia first. Is that a rule, Thalia?
I don't know.
Inconclusive. I will leave that for the next one. Though, what was I going to say? Oh, when you guys were talking about doing this podcast, I remember I was trying to put my credentials up there so I could be on. So I posted all the yaoi doujins that I have.
You own more
Great.
yaoi dojins than I do.
I do. I don't even know how.
Legitimately do. I don't
And
know.
one
I
of the
just
ones
do.
you've got, one of the ones you got, I got for you as well.
Yeah,
So.
and the other one Thalia got for me. So.
Yeah. I don't have any dojins at all.
Well,
So-
I think I'm going to buy you one at Kitticon then, aren't I? You have to join the club.
Yeah.
Anyway, this isn't about Fire Emblem, so we should... what are we doing next time? I don't know.
Well, I don't know either, so it will be a surprise.
Okay.
Talking about Bishounen,
It'll be about
probably.
one of the things that finishes airing, maybe.
Probably some busts.
Maybe some busts, maybe some stride, maybe
Yeah.
some 9? I don't know. It could be anything.
It will be something with Bishounen, so you
Look
can look
forward
forward
to
to that. All right. Well, Pat, thank you for joining, and we will see everyone next time. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye!